see it that well. All right, cool.
Right there. Just kidding.
All right, cool. So, welcome everyone to our live review. This is going to be our live review on Andor, which is basically on episode 4 called Aldhani. So, man, this was a really cool episode. I really like this episode. But before we actually get right into this episode, I do want to just go ahead and give a special shout out to our Crown Knights, which is basically Invincible and Jason Beltran, for supporting us on Patreon. So if you guys haven't had a chance, make sure to subscribe today. Make sure to also join our Patreon, become a member. Greatly appreciated.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, let's go ahead and get right into it. This is actually going to be the 4th episode on Andor. We just finished watching it. I mean,
just right now.
Just right now. We just finished doing.
Watching it.
Yeah, we just finished doing.
I know a lot of you guys already watched it. I get it. You watched it like a few days ahead of us. It's crazy with our schedule right now, especially with editing and stuff. Editing the chain reaction and editing all the Comic Con stuff and getting prepped for Comic Con for LA Comic Con. So been so busy, and thank you guys for your patience. But yeah, this is gonna be our live review on Andor Season 1, Episode 4. Called
Aldhani.
It sounds like a drink.
It's Aldhani. It does sound like a drink,
sounds
right?
like a martini.
Now we do actually. I know a lot of people have been talking about like when are you guys gonna do a review on House of Dragons, which we are. It's just we haven't had that much time, and every single time we've been doing like reviews, live reviews,
there's something else coming up, like new trailers of new films. The Black Adam, and
we have the She-Hulk.
And then
which is it's almost
She-Hulk.
over. So I'm actually glad this is actually gonna be over.
We're the last episode of She-Hulk.
We just don't quit on it. So
we said we're gonna do it, so we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, no I would have quit like three episodes ago.
But see, sometimes like regardless how bad a show is or movie is, you're still gonna have to do a review on it and put your 2 cents on it. I mean, not every film's gonna be great, not every film's gonna be bad, but just talk about it because some people may agree with you or disagree with you. So that's what it's all about, basically.
Yeah. So we already got a comment from Osvaldo Santos.
Still
haven't watched Andor. I'll catch up fast, man. Come on, you gotta jump on it quick.
Thanks, Osvaldo, for the comment. But at the same time. Okay, this Star Wars show is not for everybody. Let's start with this. This Star Wars show is not going to be for everybody. The reason why is because with the Star Wars films and shows that we're used to, we're just used to like epic battles and action, lightsaber battles, all this.
Imperial officers, and Darth Vader, Inquisitors. You got all of that.
All this stuff, more aliens. This Star Wars show barely has any aliens. This is Star Wars in London, basically.
Yeah, they all speak. They all have a British accent.
Everyone has a British accent except for Andor.
Yo, come on, duh.
Yeah.
They always like talk, but overall though,
there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying this is like Star Wars London.
It doesn't really have the Star Wars effect to it, but overall, there's a lot of YouTube content creators that are enjoying this. I'm enjoying it. I really love this. The way that they
remember,
Efren
usually doesn't like films and shows that are just dialogue.
Yeah.
This show, this episode alone. Dialogue.
It was like Game of Thrones.
All dialogue. Dude.
Game of Thrones was the only show that made me change my ways of like watch because when it doesn't have too much action, it has more of a story. But when it has action, it goes hard.
It goes hard. It's rated R. You see decapitation, but with just like that's a good example because Game of Thrones is dialogue, but. Dialogue on top of dialogue, but it's fighting words.
Yeah,
like we mentioned
it's kind of the same as House of Dragon. That's why I enjoy
House of Dragon. Is the same thing.
That's
all dialogue.
We're gonna be doing I would say it's probably gonna be like an hour live review on House of Dragon because we have a lot to talk about.
That we get to catch up with people and stuff.
Yeah, more like we're gonna be doing episodes 1 through 4. I would say before they do a big time jump.
They did the time jump though.
They already have little by little. They're doing 2, 3 years, 4 years.
I think it's 10 years right now. I think the first child, which is finally, we're finally talking about this. It's finally the first child of the king, which he was praying for.
Yeah.
Aegon is the name of, and I'm like, wait a minute, isn't Aegon mentioned before?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we gotta watch more of
The
it.
Prince.
I have to kind of like go back to the Game of Thrones series now, and because there's all these talk about okay, look, they're talking about the Mad King, all this stuff. How far are we gonna go with the
Yeah,
time
I
jump?
do like in episode 1 of House of Dragon that they mentioned the Starks when he was
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
That was
All,
really
all the
cool.
houses are there. Those are the great grandfathers,
Yeah.
the great great grandfathers of the houses. The Starks, the Lannisters are there.
Yeah, the Lannisters.
Everybody's there,
I think
so
the
they all
Lannisters
know
were
each
trying to
other.
marry Rhaenyra,
These,
huh?
no, these are the powerful nobles. So,
Yeah.
wait, are we still talking about Andor?
But we're gonna be talking about that at another review
Wait.
because we have so much that we could really do another
Oh, yeah,
34
dude.
before we even
I
get
know.
into
I
it.
still want to talk about,
But
but I want to catch up. I want us, my friend and I, to catch up with House of Dragons because I did not see the last episode yet. So,
yeah,
but yeah, back to Andor.
back to Andor. Look, a lot of people do enjoy this show just because even though it doesn't have the Star Wars feeling to it, the storyline is actually
And
great.
no aliens in this episode.
Not yet.
Not,
at least.
No, not one alien in this episode. All
Oh, in this episode, yeah.
all
of
humans.
course.
All humans. Two TIE fighters though.
Two TIE fighters.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, TIE fighter, and then
Yeah.
a name drop of
Oh, of Saw. Yes.
Saw Gerrera.
So I was like, what?
I was like, okay,
I
cool.
thought we
Are
were
we-
gonna see him
I
on
thought
this
we were gonna see him,
episode because
yeah.
they mentioned the 7 names,
Forrest Whitaker.
and they said there's gonna be 7 people joining the team. So I thought that was gonna be him when he popped out,
Okay.
but fortunately
Yeah.
it wasn't. But it is gonna be coming out. I can't wait till it happens.
He's gonna pop out in the next episode most likely.
I just hope to see.
Most likely
It's gonna
because
be this. I hope it's the same. Is it the same actor?
it's gonna
and
be the
they're
same
just
actor.
gonna de-age him.
No, Forrest Whitaker is gonna be the same
Yes,
actor.
so they're
They're
probably
gonna de-age him, but I think in what's the show again? I totally forgot.
Which show?
Not Rebels.
Rebels,
Hold on, I got it. What's the prequel?
Clone Wars.
What's the prequel? What's the show prequel to again?
The prequel.
Yeah, what's the show about? Prequel to what movie was that again?
Oh, you're talking about the Star Wars
Rogue
film,
One.
Rogue One?
Jesus Christ, how did I forget? Rogue One. Okay, in Rogue One, Saw Gerrera, they actually made him older. They made him older, because of the timeline. Like, he was part of the rebellion during during Rebels, especially during Clone Wars. So they made him older in that film. Here, they're gonna have to really de-age him.
De-age him a lot.
Like, really give him some, because he used gray hair.
Because
and
if you watch on Rebels, he's still a little bit de-aged, but not. But
Well-
it's even though it's an animated, but they he did look a little bit
Mm-hmm.
younger. So I wonder if that's gonna be around. No, it's not even. It's supposed to happen.
This is
after
okay. Remember,
Order 66.
Check this out. Though. This is gonna be 6 years, 6 to 7 years before Rogue One.
Okay.
So you know what that means, right?
Well, that what? What do you?
You know what that means, right? Since this is gonna be 6 years prior to Rogue One, before Rogue One happens. This is 6 to 7 years before Rogue One. That means there's a possibility we're not gonna get 1 season or 2 seasons. We might get 4, 5, or 6 seasons of Andor.
That's a possibility because they already claimed that
This
there's
is
gonna be
6
two-
years before.
There's gonna be 2. There's already 2 seasons.
There's
that
already
they're
2
already
seasons made.
confirmed for sure. That's gonna happen. So we already have 2 seasons for sure. It's gonna be 12 episodes each season.
So we might get six. Actually, might possibly get, depending on the ratings of the show, we might get 6 seasons of Andor and like the development before. I mean, stories before Rogue One.
That could be a good 6
And we're gonna
years
have introduction. We
project
might
for
even get a Darth Vader in one of the seasons. Palpatine. I mean, dude, there's so many things you can do with this.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
And you have Leia.
And remember, Obi-Wan
how she
Kenobi.
is.
Obi-Wan Kenobi's still alive. Obi-Wan Kenobi's
Yeah.
still alive. He's a little bit younger, maybe. He's 6 years younger than how he looked in A New Hope.
Yeah.
So we might get Ewan
And
McGregor.
Cassian
we might
already
even
knows
get-
Princess Leia and Rogue One.
Exactly.
So this is gonna be really cool to see how they meet and what missions
We might get
that they get
we're
into.
gonna Princess Leia. Yeah,
Exactly.
Princess Leia might actually show up.
Exactly. So
So
this is gonna be
because
really
Mothma
cool.
already showed up, the senator, because her and Luthen were talking, in Coruscant, and oh my gosh, Coruscant is such a beautiful place.
I wonder if
When they
this,
said Coruscant, I'm like,
I also wonder if will Ezra's still around that time?
Ezra's still around.
He's like a kid, right? 'Cause
Ezra-
he does
everyone
meet-
is
he
still
does
around,
meet, the rebels during his missions.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be cool if they finally at least introduce him before they do his own show or his own films.
I don't know if Ezra's gonna have his own show because Rebels is his show. I think he might pop out in Ahsoka Tano. live action series.
But here's the thing: after
I think Hera, Ezra, and all those guys.
but he
the
still has
crew,
so much because they leave him off when he's not like
he's
a
not
full
dead.
grown.
I don't think he's dead.
No, he's not. He doesn't even end up he just ends up like just disappearing on season
with Thrawn.
with Thrawn. Exactly,
With Thrawn.
General Thrawn.
Thrawn is still alive.
And
by the way,
General Thrawn comes
is
back.
Still alive.
Basically, they had
He's still alive.
showed that in and it was a Mandalorian. And where was it they talked about and they mentioned his name.
Yeah, no, it was in the Mandalorian, the Jedi. I forgot which chapter, maybe 13 or 14. But yeah, when Ahsoka Tano's like, "Oh, where's your master, General Thrawn?"
General Thrawn.
That's when I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yep.
General
So that's
Thrawn's
gonna be
alive.
dope. I really do hope that they show at least like film or some series of him as he's growing up.
Yeah.
After the Rebels, because after the Rebels, he basically goes off on his own already as a
You talking about Ezra?
Ezra, yeah.
He leaves. He leaves.
He leaves his team. That's what I'm saying. So he probably will be joining other teams or doing his own thing.
I mean,
As a-
there could be a possibility that Ezra might actually cross paths with Ahsoka Tano. There is a possibility because they're Jedi, so they can link with each other using the Force and stuff like
And
that.
he's very low key, so they're not really after him.
So there's so much they can do with this. I look. I'm putting money down right now. $5. $5 because I don't know. I don't want to bet on Disney.
I don't spend all my YouTube money.
No, I don't spend all the YouTube money. No, I am betting that we are going to get 4 to 5 seasons of Andor. But we also have to what do you call this? Pay attention to the ratings of the show. So it really depends on how they're going to deliver the show on the first season, and see how that works first. Because this is a different. Not every Star Wars fan is gonna like this show. I like
There's
it.
some viewers are already saying, "No, I don't like it because it doesn't have that Star Wars feeling. There's no Jedi's. There's no, there was no Imperials in the first few episodes. It was more
And it's a lot of talking.
But
there's a lot of
talking, so people didn't really enjoy that at the beginning. But the story is just on point, dude. It really the the third episode when he was leaving and he was remembering back of his past.
Flashbacks.
That was touching. That was really, really deep when that storyline. It almost made me tear up. Wow, I can feel for that. His character, what he's going through. So that was really, really cool, and that itself is just a lot. But let's see, what does it say on? What is the ratings right now?
All I know is that everyone's checking the
Look,
ratings.
they're already giving it IMDb is giving it a 8.1 out of 10, but Rotten Tomatoes is giving it a 90%.
You know what? The
Rotten Tomatoes are hardcore when it comes down to ratings.
Rotten Tomatoes is, again, they're not the critics.
Of course.
Rotten Tomatoes is like a platform who collects all the critics.
Collective of ratings.
On an overall rating. So that's actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. That's a good rating. So it just comes to show that
this is a really good show.
You don't have to have Jedis or Mandalorians in a Star Wars show
to have a
good storyline.
Yeah.
You don't have to have aliens or Battle Galactica starships and all that crazy stuff to have a good format of the show. And this episode is building up to the heist, to the next episode, which is the plan where they're going to have to infiltrate. And what are they going to do? Steal something?
They're going to steal basically some money from the Imperial, so that way they can use that money to help with the cause of the whole thing of what do you call the rebels or the resistance?
To pay for their
to help out for all their stuff, medicals, food, everything,
to finance all their stuff. What do you think about Luthen?
Luthen is
badass.
He's dope.
He's
This guy can play the high class man, and he can get down and dirty.
He can play a nobleman, but underneath all those nice fancy clothing, he's just he's
a part of the rebels.
No, he's savage.
He's part of the resistance.
He's savage, dude.
And so is the senator, and she is the one who's.
I think that's Moff. I think that's Mothma. I'm not sure. I think that's her though. But even her and Luthen were talking about like, look, I got a lot to lose here, so you better get your like
Yeah,
thing
Luthen was
together.
saying
And
it, and then Machi or the senator's like, "Nah, man, I have a lot to lose for. I'm the first one to go down."
yeah, dude, I'm a woman of power. I'm a woman of authority. If they find out
Yeah, that means they have
who
more
I'm working
eyes on
for,
her.
dude,
So
they
she has to be more discreet
yeah.
than basically Luther can just disappear and be gone. But with her, they have so much info on her, they can easily track her down.
Yeah.
That she has a lot more to lose than him.
Oh, she has a lot to lose. I like the fact that when she was having before she was gonna have a dinner meeting with like the other senators or political people, she's like, man, these why are you sitting me next to these people? They don't even like me. They're just waiting for me to like go down
Fall.
and fall and stuff. And you know his I don't know if it's her advisor is like, but you know it's like don't worry, like I got everything under control. I'm gonna put you all the way at the end
With
you
the
know,
boring
with the
people.
boring people because these guys are fun. So it comes to show that she's not all about all the glamour and all that. She's actually
Exactly.
all about for the people.
Yeah, because she was mentioning about like, dude, didn't you see like they just took away the last like I don't know what they took, but that basically that means that a lot of people were gonna starve, a lot of people were gonna suffer, and did they care? No. He's like, they don't care. Like those are the peasants, man.
She's
We're the
playing her
rich and
role right now.
powerful.
She's definitely playing her role right now. You know what I mean? I like the ship the that Luthen has. It's called the Fondor Hallcraft. So the ship
it
is
looks really
the
dope.
ship inside is its own android. So it's an AI intelligence that can autopilot itself.
Yeah,
So I
that
really
was
like
funny
that because
when
it talks back. So
when Cassian looked like he was double thinking about like, should I take this ship? And he was getting close, and then the AI was like,
Yeah,
can I help you with something?
yeah,
And
the
he's
ship
like,
was
oh shit,
talking
never
to him.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm gonna go ahead and just. I mean, he is being offered 200,000 credits, or to be able to help them out. If he's doing it for the money, great. But if he's doing it for the cause, and later along the line, he starts seeing how important it is, then that's just gonna be even more amazing. Because at first he was just like, dude, why am I being chosen? Like, why are you helping me out? Like, I don't want to join you. I don't want to do this. And then Luthen was the one that put him on the spot, and he was as he was talking, Cassian said, "Nah, well, I fought a war when I was 16." He's like, "Nah, you didn't fight the war. You were a cook, and you decided to
you
run away
like a coward to
when
save
everybody was getting killed. That's the only reason why you survived."
That reflects
That just hit him hard right
that
there.
reflects a lot of his character in comparison to how he was in Rogue One. Because in Rogue One, he did the complete opposite and sacrificed his life with the team to get the plans out.
To make it a successful
sacrifice
mission.
his life. So he did the complete opposite of what he did here.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. It's a mirror upon itself. And well, speaking of like more Star Wars stuff, we just saw the trailer of the.
The Tales of Jedi.
And at first, I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was just gonna be like another Rebels animation, but they're talking about the story when Count Dooku was part of the Jedi Council.
Yep, and this was also when Ahsoka Tano was just a child,
A child,
a baby.
So it's a mini series. I think
spin-off
that's
of back
that's
then.
based off of the book, I believe, of
Yeah.
Legends, Star Wars Legends.
Yes,
I personally haven't read Star Wars Legends. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are familiar with Legends. They call it Legends, right? Short, but I'm intrigued with this because it's miniseries, different stories, different timelines, different takes. I think each episode is a different timeline, right? So it's not like a consistent timeline. It's like different timelines of like stories.
Yeah, it time jumps.
I'm really curious with Count Dooku because I remember the time in Attack of the Clones episode 2 of Star Wars when Count Dooku when he I don't know if he had Jango Fett if they captured Obi-Wan. Obviously, Obi-Wan was like Count Dooku was like, oh, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. Like, put him down right now. Release him. Like, this is not supposed to happen, Obi. And then Obi was like, traitor. Qui-Gon would never have proved this.
And he goes,
I do miss Qui-Gon. So we're gonna see that part with that one.
That's gonna be cool. We are gonna be getting like a young version also
Count
of
Dooku.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, everyone's gonna be
Everyone's
Qui-Gon. I don't know if Obi-Wan Kenobi's still around. He might be there.
I think he was there.
He might be like a
child.
young child.
Yeah.
because Qui-Gon took him under his wing.
Yeah, and then we do also get to see a young Anakin as well, but this
No,
is
no,
already
no, no,
when.
no. This is way before Anakin.
No, but I think I did see him in the trailer.
No, but that's another timeline.
Well, that's towards probably the end.
Yeah, we're gonna have like different
Yeah,
different
so
jumps.
it's supposed to be only like 6 episodes.
Yeah, so I think each episode is gonna be a story on its own. So it's not gonna be like all too connected because they're gonna jump. It's like time like jumps, but
Yeah. So that's gonna be really cool to watch.
I like the fact that going back to Andor, I like the fact that the team is panicking when they keep saying 3 days and 3 days and stuff. They were talking about that one temple that lights up every thousands of years.
So
or
it's
something
like that little temple that basically lights up
that has
every
those
certain
rocks
time.
that go up like this, and like you kind of call it like, dude, that looks so familiar.
Yeah, that looks like a temple where Mando took Grogu and sat him on the temple and it light up.
Yeah.
But I guess in
But they
this
didn't
version,
mention anything about Jedi's or anything. They just said something about crystals.
They were talking about crystals and like I guess it has like an opposite effect on certain time, then it blows up.
But it only happens once every
blue moon. So when all of this is actually going to be
100,000
happening,
years.
that's basically that's their escape route because as they're being chased by the TIE fighters, that's going to be the thing that's going to basically help them out and basically is going to fuck up all the TIE fighters. So
yeah. But I'm really interested in because I know that next episode is going to be action packed now.
Oh yeah.
Because this episode is the build up. It's the build up to the next episode.
Exactly. There was no action on here. It was just
they
all
had
dialogue.
they had to explain it though. They had to explain. Okay, this is what's happening, guys. We're not just gonna throw in like, oh
yeah, let's
this
just
is
go
what
ahead
we're
and
gonna
do this and right away jump in it.
We have to plan this out. And here's our blueprints. This is what you're gonna do. You go over there. You go over there. We go over here. We break into the barriers, and this wall is gonna. All that stuff has to be explained.
Calculated.
It's all calculated, and then the next episode is a heist.
And it's funny because they even said like, "What is this, like a suicide mission?" They all looked at them like,
"This is a Suicide Squad."
Like, well, this is the Suicide Squad right here.
Yeah.
The Star Wars Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I think some of them are gonna die, dude.
I think
you know what? I'm gonna call it out. Two of them are gonna die.
Possibly.
I mean, here are the names, okay, that I caught so far. There's Screet, Taramin is the chick, Nemec, and that's all I got so far. Oh, and the girl's name is Vel. She's the leader.
She's like the leader.
Team.
She's the one calling the shots right now, and she's just reporting to Luthen.
Yeah, and Luthen's name, not Luthen, what's his name? Andor changed his name to Clen, so I don't know if that's going to be his, like...
yeah, Cassian changed it to Clen now.
Is it Clen now?
And I think it's Clen just because that's what Luthen said. He said, give him a name. Don't give him your real name. So what do you want to use?
That's like his code name. So now Clen has a code name and stuff. But, yeah, 3 days. But I think we're going to be waiting more than 3 days. Maybe not.
More than 3 days.
What's the next show? Because today is Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday's when it comes out. Because then Thursday
shoot!
So they 3 days.
And 3 days when it comes out.
See, it was
impeccable timing. It was impeccable timing.
Yeah. So within 3 days, actually, we're gonna find out.
So what do you think, man? What do you think about this show so far?
I really like it.
You have no Jedis. You have no Mandalorians. Barely any aliens, and barely any Starship fighters. What do you think so far?
I really enjoyed it. Like I said in my last live review on the episodes, on the first 3 episodes, I gave it an 8 out of 10. I'm still giving it an 8.5, almost 9 out of 10. Just because even though there's more dialogue, but it's just the storyline and the way that they're putting this together is just so like on point. Like it's very interesting, you know. And
I like the development of the characters. Yes. But I'll tell you this, guys. If you watch this show, it needs your undivided attention, because if you don't pay attention to what they're saying, you're gonna get lost. You're like, wait, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? Everything's so new here.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah, definitely does.
But that's that.
Yeah, it was a cool episode. I really enjoyed it.
I want to wait for the next one. And again, guys, I guess look out for our last live review on the She-Hulk. Are we still gonna do Are we gonna do the final last review of She-Hulk?
Possibly. I mean, we're gonna do it. It's just, are we gonna do it together? That's the real question. I already would have been giving up on this show, but now that it's getting back to the arc of the story, I guess it's worth checking out the last episode.
Let's just finish it off.
You know, we're only one more episode down.
One more episode. You know, we we've built our stamina within the show. I mean, our endurance within the
We
show.
suffered long enough.
And did you know the guy Josh? I called it, dude. That guy's Filipino.
Oh, he is Filipino?
Yeah, the guy who
He's a
copied
spy. And I called that out too. I was like, dude, that
No,
guy's just too
You
like.
said Asian.
No, but it's not that he's Asian. I just called out exactly who
Oh,
he
that
was.
he's a spy. Yeah.
I knew he was a spy.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I was like, dude, this guy looks so Filipino. He looks like my cousin.
I was like, nah,
Looks like my
he
cousin
looks
from-
Asian. Some
He looks
type
like my
of
cousin
Asian,
from our Filipino gatherings.
He doesn't look like a body.
Yeah. But going back to Andor, I like it. I'm gonna give this a high score. I'm gonna actually go back and rewatch later on after we're done with this whole season. I'm gonna go back and rewatch the show again. Mm-hmm. But it's not for everybody. But so far I like it. I was playing poker last night with my buddies, and shout out to all my friends out there. You know who you are. And thank you for your money.
No wonder he paid me today.
Thank you for your money. I was able to pay half for it today. I was playing poker with some friends, and we actually had I didn't bring it up, but some of them actually brought up the discussion about She-Hulk, and 3 of them actually liked the show. They're like, I love this show so much. It's so cool.
Especially the twerking part. I heard some people
I'm
like they
sitting
liked it.
there.
Oh my god, that was genius. I'm like,
I was like sitting there. It's like, oh man, I would hate for you guys to watch our live reviews because we're just like trashing it so much. But hey, to each his own, you know.
We're not sellouts.
No, to each his own. I get it. If they like it, they like it. I'm not gonna bash on them for liking it, but we also have the right to. If we don't like it, we don't like it.
And I at the beginning, remember, I actually was like giving it like, all right, cool, it's all right.
It was
you know
okay.
what?
It was
Second
okay.
episode, I was like, good. You know what? I give it the benefit of the doubt that it's actually a good show. Third episode was just, I say the last episode, not the one that we just did, but the 6th episode, just completely ruined the whole show.
The one
the whole
previous
with
to
the
it.
wedding.
The previous two. The wedding one was like
in all reality, if she's like up for like woman power and all that, she should have been in that case with what's his name, Mr. Immortal, because that basically had to do a lot with women who basically had married him, and he had to go and do a bunch of shady shit to be able to live his life.
She should have been there.
She should have been the one to
not her
support
paralegal
and strengthen that.
yeah.
You get me? But
but we're so focused on that wedding, which
I just feel like they make her feel like she's not that strong of a woman.
That's how they wrote her.
That's how they wrote her out. That's how they're making her.
I mean, the actor's great. I love the actor.
Yeah, I love the actress.
I like She-Hulk. I love the character She-Hulk. I love
the story that they're
but
making.
But the writing on the show is bad.
That's
the only problem.
Yeah, it's like they want to make her this strong individual who represents strong individual women, but at the same time, the shit that she does is just like completely doesn't support that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the reason why I'm like, dude, you're just not hitting it on the nail of the head to really indicate what you guys are trying.
This would have been a great opportunity to really build up this character because She-Hulk is really cool.
Yeah,
she's a great character in the comic books. But hey, anyway, we're gonna do the last episode. But I'm intrigued in what's going to happen with the next episode of Andor. I want to see. I'm waiting for some more familiar faces to pop up. That'd be great. Of course, Saw Gerrera is going to pop out. He's just one of the few familiar faces that we're going to see. But I want to see a little bit more. That would be great. I mean, we see Moff the Senator.
Yeah,
that was another great character. But yeah, I'm liking the show so far. I guess that's about it.
This episode was more of a story on preparing for the next episode, basically.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it because I like the way that they're setting up for the next episode. Like, it really has me on edge to want to wait for that episode to come out and just jump right into it. But we're gonna be waiting so we can do the last episode of She-Hulk and do the next episode of Andor.
So when are we doing the next She-Hulk?
It's gonna be on Thursday. I just want to get that over with already.
So are we doing it on Thursday?
Yeah. Okay. So stay tuned for Thursday because we will be doing it.
We're doing She-Hulk, yeah.
We're gonna be doing She-Hulk one last time. I hope Matt Murdock comes out so I can be like, this shit was worth it.
Speaking of Marvel, I know this is away from Star Wars, but this is still Disney. We're still in the Disney umbrella. Dude, the Deadpool thing. Deadpool
dude.
announcement, not trailer. Ryan Reynolds with his announcement to Deadpool, and I'm like, shut the.
He's trolling us, dude.
And I go, this better not be a prank. And I looked at the calendar. Okay, it's not April Fool's. It's not April 1st, so we're good.
Yeah, that's good. That's gonna be dope. Deadpool and Wolverine, and they're both talking about it too already. Without saying much, they're already kind of giving you a hint when they're just playing with each other.
No, I know. But okay, this is gonna be next year. The problem about this, the only problem I have Deadpool, and I love both the first and the second episode. The second movie of Deadpool. The only problem I have with this is it took him like 6 years to make this. It's 6 years after Deadpool 2. Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
It is.
Even the Batman was 4 years, but due to COVID, obviously Patterson delayed because he got infected with COVID.
Yeah.
That's a valid excuse. Reason.
Yeah.
But from what I'm finding out is because the first writer for Deadpool 3, I think they fired him or he quit or something. And there's been different writers writing the third one, and then Ryan Reynolds, of course, he's one of. I think Ryan Reynolds is somewhat co-producer, somewhat.
Yeah, he's helped producing it because basically what I saw what I was reading up on is that he is gonna be. That's basically it's their mindset.
It's his creative mindset. Yeah,
like all right, Ryan Reynolds is what we're gonna do.
Really trying to
So that way, because he really is diving into the character to become the character. It's kind of like the Joker from Dark Knight.
Heath Ledger
just literally dove in and became the character to the point where he thought he was that guy.
He was a method actor, basically. He wasn't acting. He was becoming the character.
Yes.
That's the key of acting.
Yes.
You don't act it. You become it.
Yeah, and what she
become it.
Heath Ledger did a fucking amazing job.
Rest in peace, by the way.
Rest in peace.
And rest in peace, Coolio. Jeez.
Yeah, Coolio too, man.
Jeez.
That's some sad shit there.
Some 90s stuff, man. Rest in peace to Coolio.
But let's also not forget about the HBO show that's going to be coming out, The Last of Us.
Oh, speaking of... Hold on, before we go to Last of Us. Speaking of Coolio, did you know that Coolio was Dr. Crane in Batman and Robin, Joe Schumacher, rest in peace, Joe Schumacher, Joe Schumacher's Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin.
Damn.
He was Dr. Crane. Coolio was Scarecrow in the Joel Schumacher universe. How crazy is that, right?
Yeah.
So he was doing some Gangster's Paradise, scaring people with his Gangster's Paradise. That's a trip. Imagine they did a sequel on if they continue with a sequel with Joe Schumacher's Batman films, and Coolio became the Scarecrow.
That was cool.
That's crazy, right?
That's dope.
That's crazy. But anyway, rest in peace, Coolio. But yeah, you want to say something?
But yeah, dude,
The
Last of Us. We saw the trailer. We did a reaction
Finally
to it.
Did it.
And
it's going to be in Amazon.
No,
HBO Max. HBO Max.
Yes, and it's amazing because it's literally gonna have a lot of. It has first of all, it has a lot of great actors. Okay, then it has
It's got the Mandalorian in there.
We have Pedro Pascal, who is gonna be Joel, and that is gonna be dope because he's going from Mando to like freaking. Who else did he play as? The guy from Game of Thrones.
Well, yeah, Oberyn. I think it's Oberyn Martell.
Yeah.
I think Oberyn Martell.
That he goes to Narcos. From Narcos he goes into like
Wonder Woman.
Dude, Wonder Woman. It's like, dude, he's all over the place. So I cannot wait to actually watch this, dude.
He's killing it.
And then we also have the executive producer, who's Carolyn Strauss. She helped write, produce basically Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, Sex and the City. So that's, dude, we're gonna have a dope HBO.
Actually, the writing of Sex and the City is actually good writing.
Yeah, it's good writing.
You know what the story of Sex? You know what the story of Sex and the City is all about? It's about middle-aged women, cougars, just trying to get laid.
Basically,
there's nothing wrong with that. To me, there's nothing wrong with that.
Like, then we have Belly Ramsey, who basically also came out in Game of Thrones. She was that little girl who kills that big old giant. But
she's playing Ellie.
Sadly, she ends up getting crushed. But she did such a great job at such a young age that now this is gonna be dope to be able to watch this.
I mean, you can see how charismatic she is and how intelligent she is. She was one of the youngest main cast members of Game of Thrones for seasons. I think it was either the last 3 seasons she showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she didn't show up in like the beginning seasons, but she was very young,
Mm-hmm.
and for her to now play a big character, Ellie,
Yeah,
for
and
the
with a
last
lot
two
of great, a
with a
lot of great
lot of
actors.
actors to help
So
support her.
that's gonna bump her up
Good.
real
She's
like.
gonna do it very well. She's got a bright future ahead of her as an
Mm-hmm.
actress. I am so the clickers.
Oh yeah,
The look of the clickers was amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and there were some scenes of like even. Do you remember playing the game?
Of the yeah,
the last
I didn't
one.
play as much
No,
because
no, in
I
the beginning though.
yeah I played at the beginning, but
So
then
you know what
I
happens,
jumped
right?
up
You know what happens in the beginning, right?
when all that shit was going down
When
with
it
the
started,
yeah
like his Joe's daughter.
yeah she died.
She died because one of the soldiers
That's why
shot
she
them
that's why
because
she falls.
they thought they were infected.
She was infected, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why he kind of like really dives into to Ellie because she basically
Well, that's
reminds
what he connects
him
with
of
Ellie because like, oh, you kind of remind me of my daughter.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
it's like you're the daughter. This is kind of like a Mandalorian Grogu. It's like a dude. It's a dude. Pedro Pascal is okay in the Mandalorian. He's with Grogu, right? Now he's playing Joel, who's with another child.
Yeah.
So it's
Him and this shit.
it's kind of like his. It's kind of like his thing.
But it's good.
Wait, in Wonder Woman, he also had a kid. I think Pedro Pascal always has a child in every movie.
Except for
every
Game
kid.
of Thrones, he had a mistress and he enjoyed orgies.
That's true, but he did talk about his sister. Like you killed my sister, you
killed my
raped her,
sister.
you killed and murdered her, and her children.
I will take my revenge.
I will take my revenge
Yeah, but
on
also
this mountain. You're gonna fight that. I will kill that.
so we have a lot of great producers. We have a lot of great actors. Also, it was created by Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann. So Druckmann was also a guy who helped create a lot of the Naughty Dog games.
Games, yeah.
Games.
Awesome
So
games.
it's not just Last of Us. He also did all of the Uncharted, which we all know.
I love Uncharted.
They were like really great story games.
Mm-hmm.
So they always had high ratings. But also Craig Mazin helped also create Hangover 2. They also
like Hangover 1.
Identity Theft and like other great films and
Yeah.
shows that I'm really interested to see how they put all these great actors, all these great directors, people who created it, and
as far as going back to the trailer itself, there was no dialogue. It was just music, right? Music of I forgot who.
Johnny Cash.
What was that? Johnny
Yes,
Cash.
Johnny Cash.
It was Johnny Cash.
Yeah, the track. I believe
What?
it was Johnny Cash.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I know Johnny Cash was in the Logan trailer.
Oh yeah. You're
No,
right.
you
You're
mean,
right.
You mean Logan trailer?
That was in the that was
Logan trailer. But it's
no. It was in. Was it? Yeah.
it wasn't a Logan trailer. It's called Hurt. That was the music they used. But anyway, what the trailer, this teaser, it's not really a trailer, but what the teaser is trying to show us is the look of this world, of this apocalyptical world, where these clickers and these infected, I don't know, I don't know if they're not really zombies. I guess they are, but these infected, and you know how these people are surviving with each other, and how people are just like you know there are some people that you just can't trust
Yeah.
because some people are. But I think people are even worse. You know when they go hungry and they're desperate, they will do anything
Yeah.
to survive. They would kill to survive. So I really love the look of it, and yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited for this because I love the game so much. I didn't finish it yet. I'm still beginning. I'm still not even midpoint of The Last of Us 2, Part 2, but I want to revisit the game again, and I think you should revisit it too. I think you need to revisit it since we're gonna
be doing that and see how much because it did actually show some parts of the game.
Yeah.
In the trailer.
And
So
I don't know
let's
how
see.
close this is gonna be as
No,
far
but
as like
still, they did
continuity
put a
of the
lot.
game. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's gonna be scene by scene or
was Hank
they're gonna change
Williams.
it up a little bit.
Hank Williams was the track. The song is called "Alone and Forsaken."
It's something that they did with Logan. Logan did the same thing.
So,
But that's our updates on the films, guys, on the trailers, on what's coming on Andor. I love Andor. If you don't like it, that's fine. I understand if you don't like it, but I love it.
I'm shocked.
I'm eating it all up right
I feel
now.
like Andor has better ratings than Book of Boba Fett. It had better ratings.
And you still
than-
like the Book of Boba
I
Fett.
love.
I
just
like
because
it.
I'm a big fan of Boba Fett, regardless of how they made him on the season. Like they didn't really make him how he was originally, but they still I enjoyed it. But this has a lot better rating than a lot better rating than Book of Boba Fett, and also on Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that's all freaking Jedi's.
I have a guilty pleasure with Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, it could have been stronger. The writing could have been stronger with some of the characters, but at the same time, I still like it. I'm gonna rewatch it again. I still like it. I like Ian McGregor. He's awesome. I still want to see him. I want to see more Kenobi stuff. I am looking forward to a second season, second season, or even a third season of Kenobi.
That's why I'm shocked when a lot of people say, "I don't really feel for it.
Well,
you really like Star Wars, like
because the hype was.
We seen the ratings is fuck, dude.
The hype was yeah. Oh, you're talking about Andor, right?
Yeah, like Andor, it definitely outshined all the other shows.
It did,
and it has no Jedi's. It has no. Like just barely the Imperial officers are starting to start in the fourth episode.
We see the Imperial officers. I think they're like a medical.
I have a feeling it is gonna have about 4 or 5 seasons, maybe even 6 seasons. The way it's
I believe it. I believe it's gonna be 5 seasons before it links closely to Rogue One. Before it's like this close to Rogue One. Like, okay, now it's gonna go Rogue One.
Yes, now it's gonna go Rogue One.
Now Rogue One's like the next episode after this last season. Yeah, so, I think they're gonna do that.
That'd be amazing if they actually do that. Because it's really gonna connect a lot. And it's not just a bunch of timelines jumping from like 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, 6 years.
Well, House of Dragons is doing that.
House of Dragons is doing that. Of course, it's doing that.
Remember, this is 300 and something, over 300 years before Daenerys was born.
That means there's 3 generations before Daenerys.
300 years, 300 something years. I don't know exact, but I know it's over 300 years.
Before the Mad King.
So they did a 10-year, I think they did a 10-year time jump, and they're going to do more time jumps. So I don't know if it's going to be 20, 30, or 100 years.
They probably will. Maybe the first season's going to just be like the first 100 years, and the second
they're going to do the second season, and they're going to time jump it. There's a possibility we might meet the Mad King, a live-action Mad King. So I want to know what happened with that,
Yeah.
But
who knows how long? They have enough to be able to make another 6, 7, 8 seasons if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And just do perfect time jumps.
Well, all you have to do is recast. You just got to recast the younger characters. If you're going to do time jumps. Because some of the younger actors and actresses were recasted. Because you need older ones. You need the older ones to portray them. But yeah, that's it, guys. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Andor? Because
just Andor, dude. I'm just really. I like the show.
You're at awe with the show.
Yeah. I just can't wait to actually get into the next episode, which is gonna happen in 3 days. We're really gonna see what the hell
It's like we literally.
What his whole build-up is for, and I know for sure Diego Luna is not gonna fail us. I know it's gonna be.
He's doing really good so far.
He's doing really good. Yeah, him and Pedro Pascal have just been on top of it, man. That's great. Powers to all Hispanic Latinos out there. Definitely making us proud.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So
it's that Latino salt heat.
All
Latino
Central
heat.
America, like all
of the guys, yeah. And, don't forget Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac as well, man. Yeah. Dude, he's freaking killing it,
Look,
man.
The sequels weren't all that great for me, but I like Oscar Isaac in it. I like Poe. He was my favorite character.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac.
Poe was my favorite character.
Was he also playing Apocalypse?
Yeah, it was alright.
Apocalypse.
He was alright with Apocalypse, but he did his part. That's it, guys. Go ahead, press the like button right there. Press the like button right there. Post your comments. If you do post your comment, we will reply to that comment, regardless of what the question is. If you have a question for me or Efren, or about the show, or about anything that we just mentioned in this video. And of course, a special thank you for our Crown Knights, Jason Pelletron and Invincible. Thank you for being a Crown Knight. And if you guys are not Crown Knights yet, go ahead and check out our Patreon and check out all the benefits and stuff like that. Is there anything else you wanted to mention? Any shout outs?
Just shout outs to all of our viewers.
Thank you for viewing.
Yes. Also shout outs to our Pokemon Goers, because I'm in a Pokemon Go team.
Yeah, he's in.
Pokemon Go team.
He plays Pokemon with people from Tokyo.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I actually started doing this with my son.
Was that remote league or something?
Yeah, and then so I play with my son, and then we go out to watch. We go out to CSUN to go play, because that's literally like a big community. And every time I go there, I meet a lot of people, and they introduce me into like as a telegraph is what we use, which is like a chat room, and it's called Gotta Catch 'Em All, and then they have Gotta Catch 'Em All raids. Basically, when people need help with raids, they just go on and say, "Hey, I need help with this." Now that they have remote raids, people can just send a request to your friends, which is really cool because we're making it into a big community. There's a lot of people in it, first of all, and we all support each other.
Dude, it's so big. I didn't even realize how big the community is.
Yeah, it's
because I
freaking
keep playing
huge.
by myself. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I always like I keep forgetting how big the
Yeah,
community
as soon
is.
as I started joining with them, I started getting some crazy shinies, crazy raid bosses.
Yeah.
I got so deep in that I think I spent a lot of money in it, dude. I'm like, shit, I'm still addicted. Let's keep
Hey,
going.
money.
Yeah, cause for the remote raids, you gotta
Oh my-
buy like to remote raids. You can only carry up to 3 of them, okay? And each one is basically 100 coins, which is equivalent to $1. So when we do raids, we do like 30, 40, 50, maybe even more, just so we can try to get the shiny or the hundo, the shundo, and all those. But it's cool because I just like the community overall because they're cool people, man. They're there even though we don't really know each other. We just know each other through an actual chat room. And I mean, some of these people they know each other. They probably all hang out, but I didn't come from CSUN, so I just happened to go out there because there was a bunch of like Pokestops and gyms, and I told my son, "Hey, let's go check this out right here." And one person invited me over from one chat and took me to another one because where we were at, they were just talking about it was like a chat room just where they would just chat about all this stuff. But then when I say, hey, I need help with this, there's this one girl, her name is EXO Jazzy. She's the one that brought me into the ones that's all just pure straight raids, and that's where we literally would just go in and say, hey, I need help with this because can anybody help me? And people would just reply right away, hey, I'm down to jump. Yeah, send me the invite. Cool. And then that's how I got involved more with them, and from there they took me to another chat room, which is the Philly chat room, and it's just crazy, and it's just like a big old community, and I'm starting to get to know these people, and I haven't even physically met a lot of these people, but they're so cool, and they're all caring, they're always there regardless, and so I just want to give a shout out to all my Pokemon Go.
Bro, he just did a full video on like
Dude, that's just
on like
the 5
Pokemon
minutes,
Go
bro.
that you could have like we could have had that in our gaming channel for Pokemon Go.
We just don't.
We're just
use
not
it.
active on that.
Active
I
on
know.
this stuff.
But yeah, for all you Pokemon goers out there, this guy right here, you can talk to him because he's more linked up to it. I play it once in a while, but because I do a lot of editing and stuff.
He doesn't have a lot of people to play with him. That's the only.
I don't have any Pokemon friends.
But anyways, thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate you guys. We're not gonna waste much more of your time. But catch us next week on Thursday. I want to do it Wednesday, but the thing is, She-Hulk comes out Thursday, and it's hard for him to come from LA down here to the valley. So we just set it up on Thursday and knock both of them out. So basically kill 2 birds in 1 stone. So
Yeah.
that's basically what we're gonna do. It's gonna be the last.
Kill
episode.
2 Pidgeotos with one.
Yeah,
with
catch
one
2
Geodude.
Pidgeotos. Yeah.
Kill 2 Pidgeotos with 1 Geodude.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate you guys, all the viewers, everyone out there for help supporting our channel.
Oh, and of course, the chain reactions on the works right now. Just letting you know. And then, what else is there? Oh, Comic Con. I already mentioned Comic Con stuff already.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the Comic Con, and
LA Comic Con, guys. Get ready. If you guys are in LA, California area, or you're visiting from a different country or state, and you're going to be in LA Comic Con,
in December.
we will be there.
He's gonna be dressed up as a RPD.
So if you see me,
we already talked about what I'm gonna be.
I think he should be. I think he should be Diego. I think he should be Diego Luna.
Cassian.
Yeah. Dude.
I basically can play it off. I just grow my beard a little bit. I have long hair, so I
But you need the gear though. You need the stuff that he's wearing.
Yeah, which that's no problem to get.
You gotta build that, bro.
So
that'd be dope. He looks like Andor. Kinda does.
So alright, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you guys on Thursday, and look out at our community. We started being more active on our community.
Yeah, we'll be posting our updates there as well. And
yes, any future things that we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be posting them. Also, when we post up next videos, you guys will be able to see when it's gonna be coming out. We also set up like a timer, it automatically starts when we say when it's gonna be.
It's called YouTube has like a scheduling, so you can actually schedule the video to come out.
When to come out.
But I heard that YouTube doesn't like it when you do it too much.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta read it up more. I just heard like if you do it too much. Some people like schedule.
Yeah,
Like,
can't
okay,
send you-
some
you'll be
people
behind
schedule
it.
like, let's say they have 10 videos already about to post, right? They post 10 videos and they schedule each one every other day. Like YouTube doesn't like that.
Well, why should
I
they
have no
not?
idea. I have no idea. I don't know. I gotta look into
Why
it.
even do it then if they're not gonna?
If they're not gonna give you the option, right?
Yeah,
I don't.
but it's not like we put 10 videos at once.
No,
it's only
it's
gonna be
not
like
like-
one episode, two. I mean,
There's
one,
no
two
way
videos.
I'll be able to put. I maybe to like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
2 episodes at a time. But yeah, that's that.
cool. Well, that wraps it up with all of our updates and the review. Yeah, if you guys, and if, for the people that haven't watched the actual episode, I know we just ruined half of the shit, but hey, watching, you guys will see why we're so excited about the show. So, thank you so much.
I've never seen everyone so like attentive to the show before without falling asleep. Because usually Efren falls asleep because Efren would fall asleep when he's bored, and I caught him falling asleep in like, let's say WandaVision.
No, mostly it was WandaVision mostly.
It was WandaVision.
It was mostly WandaVision.
Oh,
And
man,
every
I still got
episode,
videos of that. I'm like, I'm gonna show it to you guys. Like he's just like
little bloopers.
he's like going like this.
Like,
I'm up. Okay, what happened to Vision? What happened to Vision?
oh, shit,
I'm like,
that
bro.
happened. You just missed a good part. I'm like,
What?
oh, well, then I'm going
Yeah,
to sleep.
exactly.
But all right, cool. Thank you so much. Catch you guys next time.
And remember, we're always watching.
Yeah.
Peace.
Damn it, how you turn the shit